I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
Wait, didn't Funko also have really long red fingernails? So couldn't she have taken her fingernails and put them on the body? So until we do that, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. Let's see. It's gonna be the trigger. Yeah, it's gonna be to make the argument. Headmaster's e-handbook, Monocuma's control, Ikusaba's profile, hidden room present, photo of Kyoko and Headmaster.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything.
Okay.
That
yes.
much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Yes.
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Wait, where is it?
Exactly! You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
No, that's not right.
Masterminds always lurk off in the background, right?
No, what is the thing? One controlling Monokuma. Oh, I need to talk about the control room. That they're not far away. They're actually, the control room's on site, so he wouldn't be millions around the back. My phone died. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I hope your phone's charged now. Where's the mastermind? I need the control room.
Who did it?
This one.
Who killed her?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. I'm so high. Oh my god, Atheist.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
Wasn't there a camera room behind Monokuma in the Ding Dong's big What are you talking about, Fire? Are you talking behind the Monokuma door? Yeah, there was a control panel. The control panel, or if you're that's what you're talking about. Behind the Monokuma door, there was a cockpit that was used to control Monokuma, and that's what you're talking about. There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere in the school.
Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that
Oh my
controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
Dun dun dun. What do you mean by Monokuma door? Oh, you weren't there. In the room, there's a room that's called the data center that had a bunch of screens, the cameras that have been watching us. It had a bunch of screens of all the security cameras, and there was a Monokuma door that had the cockpit that was used to control Monokuma. Yeah, because then some people get triggered by that.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if
yeah, we've talked about this like 20 times now.
The school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
The 16th student is dead.
How'd
I
they
swear that's
manage
me.
to survive all of this?
Unless it's Muffin.
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
It's not me. I'm not the mastermind. Yeah, because again, you're no offense, but you're too stupid.
No, it's not me!
Mastermind was turning all dun dun dun. What about the Junko thing earlier? Well, that was just about the picture, though. Just talking about the picture. Pebbles knows all, but really hopes that she will go in blind. Yeah, we were just talking about the picture that Junko was like not showing up in the picture. Again, I'm assuming it's Junko, but that's the only evidence I have. I'm not gonna go, again, that's where I'm leaning towards, but I only have one piece of evidence that it's Junko so far. Well, and that I also mentioned too that I think she took herself out really early so she could control Monokuma. Blind as possible, that Pebbles is like, I will kill you.
I blame Makoto!
Why do you blame me?
What? Why me?
Again, because of the picture and because I think Funko took herself out really early in the game, I think it might be her. But again, I'm assuming. I'm not like 100% sure. If it gets too bad, I will put it on emo chat. I really want to make sure this is not wasn't for her.
It's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
I mean, she's got a point. So I will leave that statement on a blank state.
Oh, I get it. The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Ah, nuts! You got me! Wait! What are you trying to say?
Wait.
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to
I
panic.
shall no spamming story.
The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
It is kind of tempting.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
I mean, we haven't talked about the murder, really. We've just talked about who we think the mastermind is. I have a theory, but I won't say because I want to... I appreciate that, Raphael. I really
If
do.
you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
That's true. We haven't done that yet. She said she thinks that she's been dead longer than she actually was dead for.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't
That's not-
actually
no.
what killed her. It was
an old
something
wound.
entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
It's not the stab wound. I was gonna say, don't. Let's. Yeah, because again, we're trying to go as blind as possible. Makoto's actually cause of death must have been a blow to the head, a stab wound, other wounds. So if you must. I must answer.
I got it!
Answer 3 questions.
All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Who the mastermind is. What we forgot. So who the mastermind is, what we forgot, and who killed Saba. Is the 3. All the wounds covering her body. That's what
Hey,
really
now
killed
hold
her.
on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days
It made
old.
it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago.
All right, Pebbles. I'll talk to you later, man. Again, I really appreciate you staying up as long
So
as you
they
could.
can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
Wait, we all know the mastermind is Dio from really?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days?
Wait, Funko's body, right? Because they said that she was covered in a bunch of wounds, right? I mean, it could be Funko's body that was Saba's body, because they said it was covered in a bunch of wounds, right? And the only one that was covered in a bunch of wounds was Junko, or Funko. Because Funko was stabbed with a bunch of, like, spears and everything. So Funko could be, like, they could have used Funko's body to disguise as Saba's body. That would make the most sense. Because again, like I said, Funko also had red fingernails, if I remember correctly. So it would make sense that actually Saba's body is actual Funko. Saba's body is actually Funko's body. And so Saba is still alive somewhere. Angry dude. Also Angry Goat noises.
If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
That's true. How do you know
Isn't
that?
it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means...
Wait, but the Ultimate Soldier never had
You know?
wounds on her. She was so good, she never had wounds on her. She was such a good soldier, she never had wounds on her.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? True. Okay, Toko, chill with those. That's Toko. I don't know why Toko like acts so innocent, but she's not very innocent. Marco's controlling a group photo interview. Marco was. Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Wait, it's gonna be
Mukuro was the
here.
ultimate soldier.
Yes.
She must have been in 100 different battles. So,
Her profile.
when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds.
Yeah.
No,
In her
it's
profile, it said that she was so good she never had any wounds.
No.
So it's not
Mukuro
Saba.
didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing.
Wait, shit, are you saying Mondays are voice?
Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining
Nancy.
her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Wait, just like in Mondays I'm a voice actor? Again, they look like Funko's stab wounds now. Now that I look at it, it looks like all the spears that like Funko had, which means they used Funko's body to look like Saba's body.
But if that's what killed her,
Oh, don't not like this
then
story.
does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night?
What matter? Oh, about me about to be stabbed?
Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her.
Unless she faked her own
So
death.
who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me, I can't think of anyone else. The headmaster, the mastermind. I think it was Mukuro. No? Mastermind? I think it was Mukuro. No, okay. It's the mastermind then. I'm sorry. No, just get back to the... Listen, don't... Okay. I've been stabbing Mysterio. Okay, fine, I'm sorry.
I got it!
Mastermind.
The one
Cousin of
who
Rick.
attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
But the mastermind and her could be the same people.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in.
Ooh, I'm curious what he's gonna
Start
say.
off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption.
I mean,
You
true.
can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think.
That's what I think.
Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
Don't hurt Mono. Well, hello, Curry. How are you? I mean, Mono is kind of a dick. Let's get that right. No, there's no way Mukuro is the one that attacked me, even if I didn't see their face. Wait, there was no tattoo on the hand. If you compare what we know about Mukuro to the mask, there's no tattoo on the hand. Mukuro just sucks with Psycho Creator. I mean, he can't move himself. He would just be a stuffed animal. So the words he's saying is from the psychopath, which makes him a psychopath in general, or in association, I guess. What are we doing? I'll make your argument. Fatal injury, Monokuma's file, Makuba's Sabi's profile. The profile. I need the profile.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusama.
Oh, really? Hey, listen here, you bear.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusama.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand?
Oh. How do I shoot? I forget how to shoot this.
Hand?
Oh, it's the left. Is it the left hand? I'm trying to think when she laid down. It was her right hand, right? Unless we're talking about me looking on at her. If we're talking about me looking at her, it's her left hand. Wait, are we talking about her left or my left?
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand?
Listen.
Or the left hand?
I know story. Wait, that's not
Maybe
what the hell?
right foot. Or perhaps the left foot.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh, no.
Or could it be the hips?
God damn it. I pressed the wrong button. I didn't mean to capture that. God damn. I'm gonna kill you, Monokuma.
Oh? And what is this other part?
I'm guessing it's
is
our
it the
left then.
right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot.
What?
Shoot.
Oh, I know.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand?
Wait, fatal injuries.
Maybe the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot.
Could I take this?
Or could it be the
You just refuse to
hips?
shoot pink text. Listen, and pink text. I need a vehicle. Oh,
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it...
there we go.
What's wrong?
I knew it had to do with the hand and the tattoo. I was just trying to figure out what placement there was.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no
wasn't
such
there.
tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of
Well,
us.
if you think about it, it can't be Coco or Makoto, because if it was Coco or Makoto, they would be controlling the bear. So they wouldn't be in the room if it was Makoto or Coco. Pebbles, you should see.
Okay, sure. It could
I think
have
Pebbles
been
wants to
any
see
of
the twist.
you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
He's trying to put it back on Coco.
Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
She's gonna show us her scars. Her dog.
Huh? Show me what?
She's gonna show us her
What
scars.
do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Oh, Coco, you don't have to. This is gonna be really hard for her before anyone could say anything. Oh, Coco. Holy crap. Coco was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
How scarred are her hands? Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little bit. Her whole hands are burned.
Awful, isn't it?
Oh, Coco,
It
sweetheart.
happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Oh, poor thing. Coco seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on. Oh, poor thing.
My scars should suffice as proof.
I don't think Monokuma was betting on that. I don't think he was
Makoto,
betting on her taking off her
Did the
glove.
person who
I bet,
attacked you have scars like mine?
I bet he was betting that she wouldn't show her scars. I was thinking he was hoping that she would be like too self-conscious of it.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
So sad.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours.
I swear to God, Monokuma.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do
Monokuma, I
hope
swear.
I didn't hurt your feelings.
Really, Curry? You think he's a sweetheart? He just wants hugs? This asshole over here.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
You sure?
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet.
How could you, Monokuma? That's harsh. That was harsh. That was a
Because if
low
you
blow.
haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
Oh my goodness.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about.
The bear is still adorable. I do admit the bear is
I
adorable.
promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
Because you gotta think, too, that he burned her face for a reason so we wouldn't be able to recognize her, and her hair.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your
morgue.
brain.
Oh, he's gonna bring up the
Then
morgue.
She was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
The morgue, the only one place I know who it is. I still love the bear. I wasn't gonna swear. I don't know who it is yet, so don't spoil. I can't think of anywhere else a body could have been stored. The lab, the bio lab.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
But not everybody knows about that. Oh, this is so hard. Trust me. I know Pebbles has been having a hard time, and a lot of people have been having a hard time.
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue.
Yeah,
So it's
I
the
have a
perfect
feeling.
place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
I know, not to for everyone. I appreciate that, Curry.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
I read that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. Oh, the tarp. Where is it? Tarp. You can do something. I got
What
it.
makes me so sure the
I
body was
feel so
carried
close.
from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden.
Well, and the only person who had access to the biolab is Monokuma, the mastermind.
When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says Biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
How tiny was it? It didn't seem like it was that tiny.
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
No spolders. You're right, Raphael.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So do you have all? Yes. I have all, well, except for Despair Girls. I have all the Danganronpas except for Despair Girls. But I'm hoping to get it, and I'm gonna play through the whole series.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in.
Many of us also haven't played or seen it. That's true. That is true. Like, Story hasn't seen it. I know. I think Raphael, you and Moogle haven't seen it.
Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Yeah, for a lot of people, this would be the complete mind blow.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
She did kind of, didn't she?
That's just a wild guess.
Oh, Monokuma's starting to freak
Where's
out.
your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
Ooh, how do I prove it? Some people just want... Yeah, some people
There
that's
is
true.
no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened.
That's an assumption, though. That's not evidence, it's an assumption.
But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Ah, she's gonna turn it back on him, Stuffy. If you want, you can borrow my Desperago. Well, that's very sweet of you, Curry.